probably in hell already. Our dumb asses not knowing everybody kissing ass to go to heaven ain't going. Put my soul on it. I'm fighting devil niggas daily plus the media.
Yo, back again with another one. It's your boy Fresh. Still blessed back up in it. About to jump into this reaction video. Y'all follow my man over there too. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty back. And they got some allegations on him. Talking about, I know my man ain't snitching. Pooh Shiesty back, you know what I'm saying? I love Pooh Shiesty, matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he don't get into it with Young Boy. I'm looking for that Young Boy and Pooh Shiesty feature, but that's another topic. But it might not happen, might happen. Hopefully they don't get into it. That don't happen. Or they stay doing what they do, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened. But let's jump on into it. Y'all like and subscribe. Follow your boy. Let's get into it. Let's see what they talking about. It's your boy.
3 weeks, or maybe Pooh Shiesty has only been a free man for about 4 days, and the internet is already accusing him of snitching. This is like the fastest I've ever seen the internet put accusations on somebody. It usually take about 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe a month of the honeymoon phase after you are released. This time around, man, they got right to it. Pooh Shiesty just served a 5-year sentence because Pooh Shiesty was accused and convicted of shooting and robbing the man whose vehicle he was renting. So Pooh Shiesty was renting like a McLaren or some super expensive car, and the dude was like the plug. So the dude said, hey man, you know, when you drop off the money for the car rental to extend, I'm gonna have some marijuana and some Jordans for you, because Pooh Shiesty requested it. So when they linked up, instead of an exchange in money going smoothly, Pooh Shiesty ended up shooting and robbing the men that he was supposed to just drop off the money for the car rental. Now, Pooh Shiesty did 5 years for that. Now, Pooh Shiesty, and his defense was, when I pulled up, they tried to rob me, so I robbed them. Pooh Shiesty and the snitching allegations first occur when WAC 100 discovered that Pooh Shiesty took a proffer agreement, and this was about 3 years ago. But the snitching allegations kind of went away once WAC 100 had Pooh Shiesty's lawyer on his live stream, and they kind of sorted out the details.
Made by the government, okay? In the world of the streets, when they hear proffer, right, automatically assume cooperation. And I'm going to tell you why. If one goes to Google and puts in government factual proffer, the verbiage of that is a government factual proffer is a meeting between a criminal defendant or witness and the government where the defendant shares information with the government in exchange for limited immunity.
Pooh Shiesty does have a proffer agreement, but his daddy, his lawyer, Pooh Shiesty himself came out and said, no, in that proffer, he didn't tell on anybody. He just took credit for what he did, and he left it at that. His lawyer, right, Ronan, would take to Instagram and he would respond back to this live stream. He even joined his live stream, by the way, to respond back. But before this live stream, he responded back on Instagram, letting WAC know that Pooh Shiesty did not tell. They responded back and they said, this is 100% fake. WAC 100, there is no paperwork that will say Pooh Shiesty said a word about anything on anything. In fact, none of the 3 charged gave proffers on anything about anything. This is just a straight mistruth. They all took pleas to the same crime of 1 count of a possession of a weapon during a drug crime. None of them gave a proffer about anything. It was a straight plea, with all of them having the other 3 life felony counts dismissed. But why bother with facts? Just throw something out for clicks. I believe WAC 100 talked to Pooh Shiesty's daddy on the phone. They kind of sorted out details. But fast forward 3 years later, Pooh Shiesty gets released, and WAC 100 goes on DJ Academic's stream last night. And he tells Academics, hey, listen, man, my exposers, they've been sending me information. They're telling me Pooh Shiesty told on 2 people. I don't know, you know me. You know, when I'm ready to go, I'll go. But I actually like Pooh Shiesty, so I'm not trying to release it. Now, what that tells me is WAC 100 knows exactly. WAC knows every detail of that paperwork they're supposed to send him. But WAC is a mastermind, and WAC is somebody who will sit on information and kind of wait for your move. All right. So after WAC 100 revealed that on Academic Stream last night, Pooh Shiesty and his team got to work. Right. They began to move frantically.
Crazy. So I gotta go in tomorrow and see. Look.
Yo, Wack. Yo, y'all got circling on paper?
Bro, this is the real operation, bro. Look, I got 51 spies. Then you got the exposers. We got paralegals. We got attorneys. We got PI. We got all. Bro, you looking at? Am I capping? Look, I haven't even had a chance to respond but once. You see, they at me. Look, you reading it. They got the PDFs. I don't even want to open the PDFs.
Yo, Wack.
They found everybody proffers.
Wack, please just delete this message thread, man.
Bro,
Pooh Shiesty,
whoever victim 1 and 2 is, listen, bro. Look, bro, hey, you see what I'm saying. I haven't even had a chance to address it, but I will tell you this. That when we had his attorney on, didn't I send you the link? You got it.
Wack, Pooh Shiesty one of the good ones, man. There's
no. This ain't not nothing. Listen to me, bro. Hear me out. I did my due diligence and brought his attorney. Is this it? Yeah, here you go. You got it. I sent it to you yesterday. I brought his attorney to my channel for 2 hours. I was look, when you go over there, look, you got it. That's 11 months ago, but the attorney was supposed to send us something to clear a part up. He gave me his word. And I knew if he said it was either going to clear it or it was going to show some shit.
So WAC is telling academics, I mean, they send it to me. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I don't know. Any looking. But here's the thing. I know WAC good enough, man. And yeah, listen, Unc might be mad at me, bro. All right, WAC might be mad at me that I say this, bro. All right, but WAC, just call me, okay? You feel me? All right, if you don't like this. WAC knew that paperwork back and forth. WAC knew that paperwork better than Pooh Shiesty. The attorneys knew that. WAC knew that paperwork better than Pooh Shiesty knew that paperwork. WAC read that proffer agreement 20,000 times. WAC hopped on that call knowing every single detail of that case. But WAC is kind of playing like, I don't know. Which is why Pooh Shiesty's lawyer, he made a response video. Because, again, this was before WAC even officially said, hey, yo, Pooh Shiesty snitched. But the lawyer kind of already knew where things were going. So the lawyer, got ahead of the story, and he made an Instagram response to WAC 100, kind of calling out WAC 100, and even calling WAC 100.
I can see where he gets his name, because he is WAC. The allegation that Pooh gave up information in his case is so idiotic. Even when he's reading it, DJ Academics is saying what a moron he is. It is next level how stupid he is. Now, if we're saying he's just doing it for clout, if we're saying he's just doing it for views, I would think, okay, that's an excuse. But it really isn't. I really do think he's very stupid. So, long story short is, Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams gave up no one. Absolutely no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. The paperwork that he's reading is that our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit. And that's why, instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years for a shooting case. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Zegane. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend Sam, because Sam assisted in the case, but absolutely not one single defendant in that case flipped on anybody, because there was no one to flip on. They said Pooh was the shooter. They said one of the other guys was the shooter. None of them flipped on anybody. We all went ahead with it. We took the plea, which I wanted to go to trial. I thought it was a good trial as well, but we took the plea, And the judge ended up giving us just under 5 years. And with good behavior and an RDAP program, he got out in about 3 and change. So WAC 100, just to recap, WAC 100 is a moron. And what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds. That is all for now.
I think the lawyer messed up. I think he shouldn't have said those details. When it comes to regular people like us, because I'm a civilian, trust me, I'm telling on you in a heartbeat. I'm calling the police. I work with the police. Bro, I am doing whatever I can do to get myself justice. But Pooh Shiesty isn't a regular person. He's a street dude, okay? And by their rules, again, we're logical people. Take yourself out of this logical mindset and put yourself in the mindset of the Neanderthals they are, okay? You have certain rules that probably don't make sense. These are the same people who called Troy Ave a rat, even though Troy Ave held it down. He didn't tell on Taxstone when Troy Ave was initially arrested. Taxstone got arrested and started telling and lying on Troy Ave, and Troy Ave took the stand to say, no, it was self-defense. I didn't kill my friend. He's lying on me. And they called Troy Ave a rat for that because Troy Ave wrote a statement and said, no, I did not do this. He's lying on me. They said Troy Ave was a rat for that. So if Pooh Shiesty was arrested for shooting and robbing 2 victims, and then those victims said, we ain't have no guns, but then Pooh Shiesty tells the court, no, they did have guns on them. They did have the drugs on them. They had guns and drugs on them. They had guns. And that got his sentence reduced. The street dudes would say that's telling, that's snitching, right? Because you're supposed to come and beat your case. You're supposed to, but you said those people had a gun, right? You said, yo, they had this on them when they said they didn't have it on them. In the streets, from what I've heard, right, there ain't no such thing as snitching back. If somebody snitch on you first, you can't snitch on them back. So I think the lawyer revealing that information kind of gave WAC 100 all the ammunition he needed, because you kind of put it in a gray area now to where it's left up for debate. Kind of like Gunna or Young Thug. Once you put the conversation in a gray area, you're going to have people who think he told, and you're going to have people who believe he didn't tell. But now you essentially now give WAC 100 all the power to kind of litigate this, right, online. Instead of just saying, hey, Pooh Shiesty did not tell and leave it at that, you gave too much information from my perspective. Now, that's my guy. I love him. We are cool. He has the courtesy to DM me back whenever, I ask him legal questions. But I just don't agree with giving that much information.
Blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit.
That's what we do. The street people lie to law enforcement. The victim said, we ain't had no guns. You telling me, Brad, the smart guy, not gonna call you out your name, you and Pooh decided to tell the truth. The streets don't tell the truth, Brad. Earth to Brad. Anybody home? I really want to call you out your name, but I'm not. R&B has me on not calling people out their name punishment 24 hours. I'm not going to do it, Brad. But you just admitted, there's more, y'all. You just admitted that the victim told the police, hey, we ain't had nothing. But you're saying your defense was to tell the police they had guns. Pooh Shiesty, you're saying, got with you, and you guys is telling the police, when they said we ain't had no guns, yes, y'all did. We can't do that, Brad. No, this ain't Harvard. The closest thing to Harvard we come is Harvard Park, and that's in New Springs. Shout out, little man. Listen, Brad, you just put the noose around your Pooh Shiesty's neck. I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to insinuate. But I'm going to keep playing this. This is wild.
That's why, instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years.
So because he told on the victim, instead of getting 10, the judge gave him under 5. Hey, this is Brad. This ain't me.
Ghost, sit back and let Brad do the job for you. Case. Not because of any kind of, like he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. He didn't cooperate. Brad, hurts to Brad, when you tell the DA, AUSA, whatever you want to call them, hey, they had guns. And they're saying, we didn't have guns. Yes, they did have guns. That's called cooperating, Brad. Let's keep it going. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Tom Zegade. I don't want to forget Tom. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend. Did he just say that? You see my clock in the back. You know what time it is. That's way worse than saying I have black friends. Let's keep it going.
Let me know in the comment section. Okay, what do you guys think? But I remember names and like profiles, bro. If I seen you in my comment section calling Troy Ave a rat before, if you come, boy, I will smack you through the screen if you comment, Pooh Shiesty different though. I don't know. I'm not a street dude. I'm still going to listen to Pooh Shiesty music. Pooh Shiesty is our only hope to save us from the women dominating hip-hop this year, okay? We need Pooh Shiesty. So I don't care. I'm probably bang Pooh Shiesty even harder, right? Even if he did snitch. But I want the streets. Civilians, we got to sit this one out. I want the streets to answer. Do y'all think that Pooh Shiesty told? Let me know in the comment section.